Well, good evening and welcome back into WCU Esports, where tonight we have the WCU Crimson Squad taking on University of Montana Griz in week 2 of NECC play. But this isn't just week 2. This is going to be the first week of WCU Crimson in their new division. They have been promoted up to Division 6, no longer in Division 8 where they were originally placed. So they currently have a record of 0-0, as you can see here, whereas Griz 0-1, having lost just last week. Should be a good matchup, though. Looking at what these teams are, should be a fun, even matchup. So we will see what all happens. Right now, just getting things set up so we can hop into the game, but little bit of difficulties as username password is different than what we originally thought it was going to be. Just a couple of minutes away here from the start of this week. WCU, as I mentioned, looking to try and start. Once again, they have to restart their season in a different position from what they were last year. So they are 0-0, and they'll have to reschedule GFU, which means we'll have some extra action coming to you in the coming weeks for WCU Rocket League. But we will figure all that out at a different time, a different day. Right now, the place, though, is right here in Colorado Hall. WCU Esports getting ready to go. Be right back in just a moment. Well, here we go. One and all. We're getting right into it. WCU Crimson over actually on the left in blue. Let me go ahead and change that for you guys to add or to remove the confusion. Don't know why the scores are already set too. There we are. WCU Crimson taking on, as I said, Griz Glacier. Griz Tan, my apologies, should be a good match. Bunla now in the corner for WCU, looking to try and start something on the offensive side of things. And as you can see, we have a decent new overlay. Perhaps if the stream is working. And yep, there it is. WCU stream is coming to you live now. So as I get back into the casting side of things, I'm alone in the casting booth tonight. But a big shot attempt coming from Beamish there. Massive save as Thing defends that one expertly. And WCU looking to be a little bit on their heels for the moment. But they are working on trying to get back into it and stay on top of it. Demo of Thing by Beamish. Now Griz with a chance to take an offensive opportunity, but no one to connect. Bunla with no boost, struggling now to stay in the play, finding that mid boost on his own. Goes for the center. Is anyone going to be there? Thing goes up, gets a chance as there's a double commit from UMT, but no one there to help out. And just missing is Thing. So WCU missing that attempt, and this game remains scoreless. I'm going to go ahead and take a look, too, at the last week of UMT TAN. For those of you who tuned in last week to WCU, we did end up seeing Western go up 3-0 in terms of series score, but that was in a lower division and at a lower level. But this week, higher level of competition. Should be a lot closer of a series. Good shot from Chig, but just blocking that is WCU, and now it's a clear with momentum in favor of the Mountaineers. Thing looking to center for Snowflake. Steve just getting that clear. Chigiri goes for a little control shot towards net. Thing and Bunla double commit, but Bunla with the clear. Thing now sending it all the way down. It's off the backboard. Bunla with a center. It's a miscommunication in the back for Griz, but they save it. And now it's going to be a big save from Bunla to keep this game scoreless. But WCU with a massive attempt here can't get around it. So Steve going to have a great clear off to the corner. WCU, though, struggling to find this offensive connection that they need to get themselves up 1-0 in this series. But as I mentioned last week, Griz TAN did, in fact, play at Div 6 level. So taking a look back at what they had, they played against New Mexico State University Crimson in a series score that was 3-0 in favor of that New Mexico squad. But from what I saw, looking back at that stream, just to get some knowledge of what to talk about tonight, Griz Glacier is one team that does not give up. And from what I remember, there should be a player on this Griz squad that is transitioning from... Actually, no. They're not the one... They aren't in right now unless it's a different name. The one who I saw last week was actually transitioning from keyboard mouse to controller after already hitting GC at the keyboard mouse control style. Score remains 0-0 though as we enter the final minute of play. WCU Black earlier tonight able to win it in 5. Let's see what WCU Crimson can do here. Last second goals are something that is a staple in the Rocket League community. Double commit from Griz. It's a save off the post. Off of Bunla's shot. Steve getting a big save, and then Beamish to follow it up off of Thing's shot. And Bunla with another great shot opportunity. So WCU Crimson now fighting to get this shot as they have all the momentum on their side. Unable to find anything, though. And you can see that the boost is just low all around. But now as this big clear happens, everyone's going to have a chance to reset and stop for just a moment. So we enter the final 10 seconds of play here. Big opportunity for Griz TAN if they can get a connection. Now it's going to be an opportunity for Crimson. It's off the corner. It's high up. Bunla with the chance now. Oh, it's a double whiff. So game 1 will be scoreless and going into overtime. Man, oh man. Is that what you sometimes like to see if you're an unbiased commentator? But for me tonight, it's a little worrisome. WCU in their first game has to pull up something big here to prove that after getting promoted to this division, they deserve to be here. Bunla now gets a controlled touch off the back wall. Thing following, looks for a pass center. Snowflake not there to help out though. And now it's going to be possession for UMT. Big fake from Steve as he gets a flick now. It's a demo, it's a bump. And that'll do it for game 1. Griz TAN going to win game 1, 1-0 in overtime. Man, oh man, was that a tight-fought game. Hard-fought victory there for University of Montana Griz. WCU, I don't know quite what was happening on that one, but they just couldn't quite get the connections they were looking for. So, Western Crimson here, down 2-1, or down 1-0, my apologies, in this series, best of 5. As we take our time in this transition, the thing that WCU Crimson here just was not connecting with was those aerials and getting those shots. They had so many offensive opportunities, but with an even shot scoreline, it's no wonder to see that Griz did end up on top just by having a little bit more pressure and a little bit luckier of a breakdown in terms of WCU's defense. So we'll see what happens here in Game 2 of this best of 5 series. So now Snowflake up, whiffing on that one for WCU, but Thing going to follow up. Looking for a pass now, off the ceiling. Fakes the flip, it's down for Bunla, but Bunla sends it over the crossbar. Snowflake, though, looking center. Thing and Bunla with no boost in the middle. It's going to be tough for WCU here. They have to get back in time. Big save from Snowflake, the newcomer to this duo of Thing and Bunla, or as those of you who watched last year remember him as, Colorado. WCU, I mean, just right now they're trying to keep that pressure, but their timing is just slightly off. Could just be this start time of 9 p.m. That's a little difficult. Something that they weren't quite ready for, and it's a massive clear from UMT, and they'll go up by 1 very early in Game 2. As opposed to the last game where it was down by 1, or where it did take until overtime for that first goal to come through. Now it is just right away. Now Thing and Snowflake now on the back wall. Gets a bump on the shot. Big save, though not accredited for it. Thing now with a clear. Bunla gets bumped by his own teammate. It's off the back wall. Bunla has to go up and get a touch here, but that's a double whiff there. And now WCU is going to be trying to change the momentum. Bunla going for a long shot. Blocked at midfield by Chigiri, who's going to clear it towards net. Snowflake with a clear across, but Bunla just on his own, unable to quite get the momentum switch that he needs from driving backwards to forwards. And now he gets past 2, trying to keep possession and get a dunk, but Chigiri with a nice clear overhead. Looks for the pass to Steve. Steve with a shot towards net. Thing gets a nice, easy clear to the side. Double commit, though, once again from Western Colorado. And they are struggling against Griz. The offensive pressure coming from the Grizzlies right now is just something that the Mountaineers weren't quite ready for. And now it's Snowflake with the shot up. Beamish blocks. Bunla looking to try and put pressure on Steve, forced to clear it a little bit high and chippy. And now it's Bunla in a one-on-one against Beamish, puts a shot on net. And it won't quite be enough as Steve gets back in time to make the save. Snowflake collecting it in midfield for the Mountaineers. Looking to try and get some offensive pressure rolling once again. Steve, as always, is there just to defend. It's a double commit from Thing and Bunlo. I mean, you've got to see how this is affecting them. But Snowflake now with a chance to put the game even at 1, just missing his line on that catch. So the score remains 1-0 in favor of the Grizzlies. But the offense is certainly turning now for the Mountaineers. They're just trying to find anything they can. They're throwing everything at the net to see what can stick. Bunla with no boost. Thing with low boost. Snowflake right now for the Mountaineers having the most. It's a big shot. Massive save coming from Thing off of the great shot by Beamish. All of these shots coming in from the Grizzlies, and it's really hard to see how the Mountaineers are staying in this. But the defense coming out from this team right now is just immaculate. It's off of the corner post. The shot from Beamish. Now Snowflake going to try and get a chip. Chigiri stops it a little bit. Thing now with a lot more momentum puts it towards net. Collected and masterfully deflected aside by Beamish. Shot once again from Snowflake. Steve again there. And now, Beamish with a good clear pass over to Steve. Steve now wins that 50, gets a challenge towards net. It's off the ceiling. Beamish passing to Chigiri. Chigiri with a shot, and Snowflake not quite able to defend it. So now Griz going to go up 2-0 in this series, extending their lead once again. And now WCU, with a minute left in this game, is fighting to stay alive. Face off in favor of the Mountaineers here to get some offensive pressure rolling. Bunla tries to catch it, gets stuffed by Steve. Snowflake wins it past, burning through a lot of his boost though. Looking for a spike off ceiling to pass it. Bunla bumps Steve Minecraft. It's going to be Thing up, who gets it, but it's off the post again. Bunla with the shot now, saved by Beamish. And the Mountaineers are certainly giving it their all, and the scoreline is not necessarily reflecting the status of this game, where it is a hard fought from start to finish. just the Grizzlies are making sure that they get every save possible. Mountaineers unable to penetrate this defense coming out from Montana. And now an overcommit from WCU leaves the net open again. And that's going to be 3 goals for Griz Tan. I mean, folks, I hate to say it, but it's pretty safe to say that Game 2 is also going to fall in favor of Griz Tan. WCU here needing to take the second to just recollect their thoughts and try and gather a way to get back in this game. They're fighting hard. They have all the chances. They're just not connecting when they need to. And when they have the opportunity deep in the zone. But the opportunities are there. So it's a matter of who is going to find that connecting, or who's going to be that connecting piece for WCU. When's it going to come? And is it going to be enough? Right now, just looking for a good shot to finish out the game. It's a shot towards net, but Griz Tan will take that one 3-0. So, first 2 games falling in favor of Griz Tan. WCU not necessarily unable to do anything here, but they need to have the mental capacity to keep themselves in it and keep fighting from start to finish. 5 minutes is all that's left right now for the night for the Mountaineers if they can't find a way to stay on top. So here we go, Game 3. WCU trailing this series 2-0, but not for lack of offensive pressure. Thing and Bunla getting caught on one another. So now it's Snowflake who has to come up and keep that pressure alive for the Mountaineers. Gets a center, but no one there to follow up for WCU quite in time. Beamish with a massive clear, splitting Bunla and Thing. Steve passing down to Chigiri. Thing with a big block. Snowflake going to try and push up, but Beamish once again there to stop that progression from the Mountaineers, bumping Bunla into net. Griz going to have another chance to keep putting pressure against the WCU team. And it's cleared out. WCU, the commits aren't quite there. The team communication isn't there. They are struggling, and it's a big shot, and it's just not quite in time with Bunla. Griz Tan gets once again at the same timing an early lead. 4:11 left on the game clock. 1-0 Montana Griz. WCU now with the kickoff in favor. It's got to be someone from the Mountaineers to get there, but no, it's Steve Minecraft hopping up with his second goal of Game 3. And the Mountaineers are struggling to find a way to stop this Griz offense. You can see on that kickoff there, WCU deciding to play a bit more passive and a bit slower than they maybe should. But with the control, it's Bunla looking for a pass. Center can't quite get the chip that he needs. Now it's a double commit from Snowflake and Thing. Snowflake still able to put pressure on, but it's an easy clear for Steve as it comes across the goal line. It's a chip by Chigiri. Bunla gets there with no boost, but just in time. 3.5 minutes. It's a whiff from Beamish. Thing now with a clear downfield. WCU in the offensive half once again, but they're just not able to connect on the offensive opportunities that they've been given. They get a good 50 up high. Snowflake with a great challenge. Doesn't quite anticipate the double miss. Gets a small controlled touch. He goes for a pop over, just mistiming it. Misplacing it on the hood of his car. And it's an easy clear for Steve to make. Now he's looking to find that center. Not able to do so. Chigiri gonna miss it. And now it's off the corner. Snowflake is up. Gets a touch through. Thing chasing for WCU. Gets a center. Looking to maybe try and get it in. And it does go in. First goal of the series now for the Mountaineers. Coming very, very late in this game. Or not in Game 3, but in the series so far. Took over 12 and a half, or 12 minutes for the Mountaineers to finally get there first. Now Bunla is going to go for an air dribble. Has a chance to get a ground pinch, but beautifully saved by Beamish. Being patient and slow is the key. Sometimes Thing with the direct over the net. Beamish now gets a touch. It's going to be back for Steve, who gets challenged by Snowflake. It's offensive pressure now for the Mountaineers. Chigiri going to push it over. Bunla gets a challenge. It's down off the back wall. Big chip middle, but no one there. And Thing, once again, low on boost. But a big center from Bunla. No one there to follow up. And now it's going to be Beamish taking his time, grabbing that mid boost, going up the wall, passing to Steve. Steve throws it deep. Mountaineers throw it off their own corner. Bunla gets another control to the corner, which is a great play, but they need to find a way to clear out of their defensive zone if they want hopes of winning this series and proving to this Div 6 stage that they are deserving of being here in their first game. Sometimes, though, the pressure can get to you, knowing that they had that game last week. Big save, though, from Snowflake, not feeling the pressure there. As now WCU gets a chance to convert, but Steve Minecraft there once again. Bunla looking like he just drove through the boost pad. Unfortunate, but goes back, gets the big boost, puts it off the backboard. Is he going to go up for a double? He's going to fake it, goes for the block instead. Doesn't connect, and now it's a clear downfield for UMT. It's played low. Steve going to chip it up the wall. Thing and Snowflake on double commit once again, and Bunla with no boost in the back of the, or at the net, trying to play goalie with nothing in the tank. Does so just successfully enough to stall. So now Thing and Snowflake with all the boost, Bunla with nothing. And it's hard right now for the Mountaineers to regain control with all the pressure being put on by the Grizzlies. Massive save from Snowflake once again, showing to be this team's defender. Bunla missing his aerial, but it's maybe okay. He gets it there. Thing now with the follow-up, passes middle, but no one there in time for the Mountaineers. Bunla takes his time going back to get a little bit of boost to try and pressure. Snowflake gets demolished in the back line. Thing up the wall. 30 seconds left on the clock. WCU fighting to stay alive in this series. They have to get another to at least push the overtime. Snowflake gets a shot towards net. It's almost redirected in, but Bunla will finish it. And now WCU finds himself tied up. 21 seconds left. Plenty of time for something to still happen, though. A little bit of a miscommunication on that Griz side, but Western Colorado will end up taking advantage. 2-2, 21 seconds left. Game 3, like I said, Western fighting to stay alive in this series. Grizzlies fighting to finish it here. As we enter the final 10 seconds, there's a chance for someone. It's a lot of commits, though. And Bunla with no boost, going to be goalie once again, playing it slower. Collecting it to the side. Steve going to pop it high mid. It's got to be Thing here. It's off the corner. Beamish clears it wide, and it's still up. A lot of pressure here for WCU. Bunla just going to take the touch and put it down. So now we can go to overtime, and hopefully the Mountaineers can find a way to keep alive, but it's going to win back. Thing wasn't expecting Chigiri to miss. To be fair, I wasn't either. And now WCU with a chance, throws it middle. Chigiri missing. You can see the pressure starting to get to the Grizzlies. Snowflake with a huge challenge upfield, but it's going to be a shot high. Bunla gets the collection, throws it wide. Thing now going to beat Beamish to that ball. Snowflake going to push Chigiri. It's a pass, though, center. Steve just able to get to it. Otherwise, that could have been signed, sealed, and delivered for Game 3. But WCU still with the pressure. It's going to be a small little pass back off the back wall. Bunla with the shot, but it's off the crossbar. Snowflake chipping it middle. But University of Montana's defense not falling there. Thing trying to fake out Steve just enough. Bunla with no boost coming in to put some pressure on for the Mountaineers. And WCU is very low. It has to be Snowflake who gets back in time here. Gets a huge pinch off the corner to be able to push that wide. Bunla now throws it downfield. Snowflake gets a redirect over. Thing could have a huge chance here if he can win that race, but Beamish going to clear it just well enough. Steve Minecraft going to be saving it incidentally. And now Thing popping it high for his team, hoping that someone's going to be there. It's stalled, but Thing once again gets a clear. Beamish puts it back towards middle. But Snowflake with the shot, it's just wide. He almost gets a chance. Not quite, but Thing is up off of the pass from Bunla. Big save coming in from Chigiri. These teams are fighting, and you can tell that even though the series score isn't reflecting it, these teams are evenly matched, a lot more so than what it was last week. And it is a tough fight for both teams right now. It's a Big chip off the corner wall. University of Montana could capitalize here. Snowflake collects it. Demo coming from Bunla. The physical game starting to come out from the Mountaineers. Seeing if that could be the difference maker. Thing plays it a bit too far back. It's just off the corner. Awkward ring for Bunla. But Thing still gets the opportunity. He goes high for a pass back. Bunla with the shot. But Steve Minecrafty getting that save. Now WCU looking for a chance. Bunla, or I believe that was maybe Snowflake missing. Thing missing. Bunla back now for the Mountaineers. It's off the crossbar from University of Montana. WCU getting a bit lucky on that one. And by a bit, I mean very. Could have very well been the series decider right there. Snowflake with a clear down. It's now cleared out by University of Montana with a chance towards net. Bunla, though, going to clear it. 0 boost in the tank, but still getting the pressure that he can. And he now has full possession. Plays a low 50, and it's in the offensive corner. 2.5 minutes here have passed in this overtime so far. It's an incidental center coming from University of Montana. Thing tries to read it. It's going to be Bunla who passes it, or shoots it. Tries to, at least for Beamish. Snowflake with a shot. Bunla with another. And WCU just can't find the back of the net right now. And Montana's going to have a huge chance here, and it's a pinch, and it will go in. Oh my goodness, WCU falling in this first game in the series after 3 minutes of overtime. So many chances for the Mountaineers, but Griz coming out on top in that one. Good series, a lot more even than last week, I can't say that for certain. But with that said, I don't know what else to say except for now, I'm going to be Sparky for the Mountaineers. Thank you all for tuning in. We will catch you guys tomorrow for Overwatch Crimson. And once I get this all set back up, thank you all for tuning in. As I said, we will catch you guys tomorrow night.